I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Cabrio?
Present.
Trustee Suisse?
Present.
Trustee Rogers?
Present.
Mayor Yukich?
Present.
Trustee Turkey?
Present.
Trustee Barry?
Present. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Okay, we need a motion for approving the minutes. Let's see, we've got 3 different ones we're going to be doing. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of December 14th, 2016 Village Board meeting? Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the December 14th, 2016 Village Board meeting?
So moved.
Trustee Rogers?
A second.
Second, Trustee Cabrio. Any discussion?
Can I just add something? Can we just add my comments that were also made to the minutes?
Sure, I can review the tape and email you.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the December 19th, 2016 Special Village Board meeting?
I so moved.
Trustee Suisse.
A second.
Trustee Cabrio. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of January 11th, 2017 Village Board meeting?
I so moved.
Trustee Cabrio.
I'll second.
Second by Trustee Suisse. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I'm going to abstain, that was not personal.
Motion carries. Schedule of accounts payable. Is there a motion to approve the accounts payable for the period of December 16th, 2016 through January 26th, 2017?
I so moved.
Trustee Suisse.
A second.
Trustee Cabrio. Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Cabrio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Suisse?
Aye.
Trustee Turkey?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye. Motion carries. Next is reports and communications from the mayor and other officers. Under 1, Plan Commission opening. The village is currently seeking letters of interest for a vacancy on the Planning Commission. Residents interested in serving on the Planning Commission must submit letters of interest along with a resume addressed to Mayor Yukich, or please call the Village Hall at 708-301-0632 with any questions. Second, notice for subdivision ordinance update. The village is requesting proposals from qualified consultants for professional services in the revision of the subdivision regulations. The purpose of this project is to review the requirements and standards regulating subdivisions, planning of land within the corporate limits, plan approval jurisdiction of the village, identifying deficiencies and describing procedural steps and standards of the regulations, clearly consistent with the village goals. Solicitation documents may be obtained on the open bids RFP section of our website at www.homerglen.org. All proposals must be received no later than 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Friday, 17th, 2017, as described in the RFP. RFP Spring Tree Planting Program. The village is seeking bids for the 2017 Spring and Fall Public Parkway Tree Planting Program. The request for proposals can be found on the village website. Within the next 2 weeks, residents who have had a tree removed from their parkway in the past year will receive a letter offering a choice of trees for their parkway. And last for me is discover your unclaimed property. As a reminder, the Illinois State's Treasurer Office is safeguarding more than $2 billion in unclaimed property belonging to millions of Illinois residents. Visitors can stop by the Village Hall at 14240 West 151st Street on Friday, February 3rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. to check and see if they have any unclaimed property. And for more information, please contact the Village Hall 708-301-0632 or visit www.homerglen.org. We'll start with Trustee Barry.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Kearney.
Just a reminder, if anyone is using the parks or the trails and they're walking their pups, just please remember to pick up after them. The village is receiving a lot of phone calls regarding this matter. And an update, PRI is in the process of cost estimates and for the various concepts and phases for Heritage Park. That's it.
Thank you. Trustee Rogers. Thank you. Trustee Solis.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting for the Environment Committee. We are seeking volunteers and vendors for the village's Earth Day Arbor Day event, which is taking place on May 20th at Kronos Farm. Various levels of sponsorships are also available. We are still collecting broken strands of holiday lights for recycling through the end of January. There's a box in the village lobby. For drop-offs. And the Environment Committee is working on 2 future dates for the village's stargazing event. We are also looking into the possibility of hosting this event here in Heritage Park. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Solis. Trustee Caprio.
Just reporting on behalf of the Parade and Festival Committee, we are having a fest this year, June 22nd through the 25th. Is it 5th or 6th? One of those two. 5th. Intergovernmental agreement's been completely authorized, so we have started the process of getting all the entertainment and other activities arranged, and we look forward to seeing you there this year, and I'll report more as we learn more. That's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Caprio. Treasurer, John.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the Treasurer's Report of Cash and Investments at December 31st, 2016. It is the 8th month of fiscal 17. It shows the general fund with a balance of $5,386,177.19. The special events funds has a cash and investment balance of $71,238.07. The environment fund had a balance of $72,506.49. The motor fuel tax fund had a balance of $3,374,983.42. Park and Recreation Fund had a balance of $2,670,375.16. The Debt Service Fund had a cash and investment balance of $1,109,684.95. And the Capital Project Fund had a balance of $1,026,991.47. The EAB Tree Replacement Fund had a balance of $421,144.02. And the last fund, the Capital Project Bond Fund, had a balance of $15,057,423 for a grand total at December 31st, $29,190,801. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, John. Any questions? Okay. Village Clerk.
Oh, sorry. As the mayor knows, we had about 540 business registrations being prepared this past month, and we are almost completed with that process. About 300 commercial businesses, a little over 240 home businesses, and hopefully that process will be done within the next month or so.
That's awesome. Village Attorney.
No report, Your Honor.
Thank you. Public Safety Officials.
No report.
Mr. DeVivo.
I'll be brief. Mayor, trustees, staff, I'm proud to say we have been recognized, we, meaning the village and the township of Homer Township, have been recognized by the state of Illinois. Evelyn Gwetty, is that how you say the lieutenant governor's name? She's on a project, she's putting out a guide for the rest of the state, showing examples of how when local government works together, how good it is for the community. The guide is called, it's a mouthful, the Illinois Local Government Shared Services Best Practices Guide. This is something that they'll be releasing pretty soon. I I got involved, they just sent me an email asking if I could give some examples, and of course I typed away on the form, sent it in, and called them and said, I think we're the poster child for that. I think we really do quite well at working together and serving the community. I had heard nothing about it until we got a phone call the other day saying that there's 27 examples in the guide, and we are one of them. They gave me another opportunity to put some quotes in there. I immediately started working with staff, thinking it was something we could work on together that best represents both communities. They plan on doing a press release next week. We should have a quote ready for that press release. And then they're going to be taking this on the road and giving some seminars on this. And they've asked us to go and represent our community and perhaps speak at these engagements. And I have invited the mayor to come with me. And if it's possible, that's what we're going to do. So congratulations to us. All our hard work has paid off. We are now a shining example for the rest of the state and have been recognized for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, last, village manager. Okay. Next agenda item is public comment. Kathy Sindelar.
I come to talk to you about my backyard, and I have a flood in my yard continuously. This gentleman here has been out. He told me that we could possibly dig a trench, correct?
Well, we can certainly go over whatever the problem is I've been trying to contact your neighbor. And
It's been months.
I haven't.
I don't know if you've been outside lately, but it's rained. It goes from one end to the other of my yard. We're told not to do anything with the easement. We didn't, and now we get the whole village's water. I've written to you, I've written to the mayor. What do you guys think?
I can certainly meet with you after. Part of the biggest issue is
You
the
told me
drainage
that
on the
months
neighbor's
ago.
property.
You told me that it's my neighbors because they have a pool. Well, I don't believe that.
Okay, well, I can certainly meet with you again, but we need to
I
get
mean,
cooperation from the adjacent property.
what are we supposed to do with this water? I'm not talking a little water.
Oh, no, I
You
know
can't
exactly.
even walk to the back of my yard. Now it's coming up the sides. It's frustrating, and it's been this way for quite a while. They've all built their easements up, and we're low. So we get the neighborhood water.
And we will certainly work with you. Again, we need cooperation from the adjacent property because the drainage is going, your drainage is going north through their property. And there's restrictions on their property that's causing the water to back up on your property.
Well, it's been months.
And we're trying to get cooperation with your neighbor, and we have not had any responses.
So I have to wait till you talk to them to fix this? It's coming closer to the house.
They have restrictions on their property that are causing drainage on your property.
So what do we do in the meantime?
I will try
Can you
and
get
contact.
hold?
I've tried several times, and I've met with the
You told me you'd
son.
get back to me, you never got back to me either.
I've met with your husband, and I've met with you both out there, so I will try again.
The
to meet
last
with
time
you.
you came up, you said, I will get back to you, you never did.
Kevin, how about if I intervene on this and I'll make some phone calls tomorrow?
I would really appreciate it, Mayor, it's really
More than happy
frustrating.
to. I can imagine.
No.
And we're in for a lot more rain.
Well, I know, and it comes halfway up. We have the fence, it comes like 3 fence posts up. I mean, if it was a little water, I wouldn't be here. I don't care. We've lived here for 40 years. But I can't get anybody to help me, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
No, I
You know,
understand.
what do I do with the excess water?
Well, where we run into a problem is we can't go on private property and do anything about it. But
Isn't that an easement out the back of your yard?
it's supposed to be an easement. Let me find out exactly what's going on. I'll call you tomorrow if you could do me a favor. The address and the phone number down for me. And I'll make some phone calls tomorrow night. I'll call you tomorrow. No one else is on it, so that's where we write this from.
It's really frustrating after years and years, and it just gets worse and worse.
I agree.
Helps.
What's it?
143, 42. South Street.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, public comments over. Next is legislation and action items. We have a proclamation commemorating Mokene Fire District. So if the chief could step up. Okay, is there a motion to approve the attached proclamation commemorating Mokene Fire District's 100 years of service?
I so move.
Trustee Spees,
A second.
trustee Caprio, any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Trustee Nazareth?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it.
100 years, you look pretty young. Hope I look that way.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. It's a proclamation commemorating Mokene Fire District's 100 years of service. Whereas the Mokene Volunteer Fire Department, which was organized in 1917 with approximately 30 members who fought fires with very limited equipment, including 300 feet of 3/4-inch hose mounted on a wooden hose cart pulled by the firefighters, 6 rubber buckets, 2 red flags, 2 red lights, and 4 white lights. And whereas in 1932, the Mokene Volunteer Fire Department was formally recognized and equipped with a Model AA Ford chassis and a Model AA fire engine, complete with chemical extinguishers and a pump to fight fires. And whereas the 1962 election resulted in the creation of the Mokene Fire Protection District, funded by taxation, and whereas today, the district employs 34 full-time firefighters, paramedics, 2 full-time administration assistants, and 1 paid-on-call firefighter, altogether servicing 17,500 people, over 12.5 square miles comprised with portions of Homer Glen, Mokene, Orland Park, and Frankfurt. They're serviced by the Mokene Fire Protection District. And whereas the Mokene Fire Protection District responds to 2,600 calls annually and is equipped with 1 ladder truck, 3 engines, 1 heavy rescue squad, 4 advanced life support ambulances, and 1 brush truck. And whereas Mokene Fire Protection District was awarded the accredited agency status in 2001, and as an internationally accredited agency is classified as a Class 1 fire department by the Insurance Services Office, and whereas the district remains committed to the core values of professionalism, responsibility, integrity, devotion, and effectiveness, pride in their dedication and service to the residents of the village of Homer Glen and neighboring communities. Now therefore, I, Mayor George Yukich, do hereby proclaim the year 2017 as the official 100th anniversary of the Mokene Fire Protection District.
All right, thank you very much. That was a lot of words. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks again, Chief.
One quick thing there, man. We appreciate this very much. Like I said, 2017 is our 100th anniversary. We are very proud to protect portions of Homer Glen, and we look forward to continuing our relationship with the residents of Homer Glen as well as the village of Homer Glen. So thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Okay, is there a motion to authorize the mayor to sign a letter designating Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureau as the Village of Homer Glen's Convention and Visitors Bureau agency of record?
So moved.
Trustee Caprio?
Second.
Trustee Durian, any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Nazareth?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Motion carries. Third, reduction of development guarantee, Goodings Grove Phase 2. Is there a motion to approve resolution number 17-002, a resolution approving the reduction of the development guarantee for the Goodings Grove Phase 2 plan unit development to the new development guarantee amount of $223,054.12?
I so move.
Trustee Reese and Trustee Trachey, is there any discussion?
So the only holdback we have is for the road, to finish the roadway, correct? Like 2 portions of it?
Yeah, they still have work in the Sheffield, I think, which surrounds the condo buildings. So they still have the final surface to do on that. There's also final surface that needs to be done on the northern section of Greystone. They haven't done that yet. And then there's probably a little bit of, I think there's some sidewalk work and street lights and things of that nature.
And what is the plans for that?
At this point, the developer still needs to finish those. I believe I'm assuming he's waiting for more build out in that area before he finishes the final surface on the roads. There's quite a few of this, I think, multifamily or townhome buildings that need to be constructed as well. So
it's down right now just a binder?
Well, in this section, what they did was the section of Greystone behind Menards, or behind Home Depot and Myers, since that was being used extensively by the public, and that was part of this, a section of it was part of the Phase 2 Goodings Grove. What they did is they made an agreement and worked with the Highway Department to get that section of it paved so that the Homer Township Highway Department and the village would be responsible for maintaining that portion, which the public is using quite extensively right now. So they finished that portion, but there's still other portions that need to be finished.
So what I'm saying is that needs to be finished, is there a binder there, or is it?
Yes, there's binder, but there's no surface.
And then what kind of condition is that binder in? I mean, it's been several years right now.
It varies. There is some patchwork that ultimately will need to be probably done at the time that the surface is installed. Same with this area. There was patchwork that was required for this area, so patching was done, and then the final surface in this section was done.
Yeah, I guess my concern is, he doesn't have there's nothing on the calendar to finish it, and I understand that because you don't want to bring the heavy equipment in on new asphalt if you're going to do all this construction, but the condition of the binder over there, and I don't know the exact area of it, so I'm just going to say in general that site is, it's pretty rough. So what are we doing to enforce them to even just keep up on that binder?
There's not a whole lot they can do other than patching. When they do the final surface on those areas, any binder that is not in conformance with the standards and specifications will have to be removed or replaced, whether that be patching or full removal and replacement.
But until that time, my concern is the condition of what that road is like now. And what can we do to get them to fix it? And I can't say, well, we're going to wait till they put down the final course because we don't know when that's going to be.
No, we're still following through if there's call to attention or something.
But is this enough money, I guess is what I'm saying, is hold back, because if has to patch the binder and we're just doing hold back for that final lift, is this enough money that will hold them back, I guess?
This should be sufficient. What we've been working with, we've contacted the developer as far as trying to get the rest of it finished in this subdivision as well as the Goodings Grove 4. So we're going to be working with the developer hopefully this year to see if they are able to finish those roads and get those turned over to us so that we can maintain them, so that everything, ultimately then the letter of credits will be ultimately removed. So, but we want to make sure that, the roads are in good condition.
Thank you.
I have a question. Is any extension, are they going to be responsible for an extension into the Goodings Grove Park? Is that part of Greystone or any of those extensions?
Ultimately, I think the plan is we'll have a temporary driveway to get access to the park. The rest of that section is part of Goodings Grove 5. That will go in front of the park, so ultimately when Goodings Grove 5 is constructed, that section will be constructed as well.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Suisse?
Aye.
Trustee Mansky-Chorley?
Aye.
Trustee Barron?
Aye.
Trustee Capper?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next would be old business. Is there any old business? Is there any new business? We had executive session, there's no need to go into it tonight, we're not quite ready for it. So I would need a motion. Yeah, just a motion to adjourn.
Yes, so moved.
I'll second.